Good evening. This is the post-game press conference for the FIBA Women's Asia Cup 2023 Group B game between Chinese Taipei and Australia. Australia defeated Chinese Taipei 91-45. Chinese Taipei coach is here with us and player as well. We'll open with some comments. Thank you.
Okay. 我直接讲了。好，那针对这场球赛，在赛前已经提醒我们的球员很清楚的知道他们有身高的优势，所以我们在篮板的部分可能要很用力的努力的把这些有高度的中锋扛到禁区外面。当然我们就是在身体对抗性上面还是有点弱，但是在澳洲这么高大的身形跟这么强力的这个对抗性之下，也降低了我们在攻击上面的命中率，但是同时也在那个比赛的过程当中也看到所有的球员都很努力的想要能够帮助这个团队能有更好的这个表现成绩，所以大家在努力的过程当中也没有再放弃任何一个上场的时间。但当然也透过这场球赛我才学会，如果在澳洲这个比赛赛会这个 FIBA 的这个亚洲杯是没有3秒限制的话，那我很清楚知道我未来就是在下一场比赛我会透过这个球赛的学习，知道我们禁区可以占更多的3秒的这个机会。
So basically in this game it's a great game for Australia and Chinese Taipei, and as we know Australia got like high advantage and we are focusing on our players, are more focused on rebound, and for weakness for Chinese Taipei we are like weak. Our weakness for like our body contention, because they are more higher for our compared to our players, and also the coaches say in FIBA Asia Cup she don't realize about the 3-second limit rules, and in this game she will focus on this situation to improve in next game, and it was a really good learning opportunity for Chinese Taipei in this game. Thank you.
And Yutin, a comment from you as well.
那你针对这场球做一些
我觉得我们今天花很多就是在防守上很多有力量的付出，然后所以进攻上可能会有点流失掉，比较没有那么有力。但我觉得就是澳洲队给我们很大的强度，对，所以我觉得用今天的强度对上明天的菲律宾是拿下更重要的比赛。
So in this game is great opportunity for learning as well, because as the players said, it's more body contaction with the Australian players, and it's great opportunity for practice next with Filipino team, and it's a great game as well.
We'll open to questions.
Do you see tomorrow as a good chance to get a win here?
要翻吗？就是你觉得下一场对这场球赛是不是有一个很好的进步空间？然后下一场球赛是不是有很高的机会可以拿下？
他想要问球员还是
You want to ask coach or player?
The coach.
OK， 主要我们来这边是集训20天之后，就是在20天短集训之后就来参与这个比赛。那这些选手也很多是没有参加过国际赛的，那也希望可以透过这个短集训加上这2场比赛所堆叠出来的这些好的或者是不好的，再调整修正完之后，在明天拿下那场比赛。
So in this game we only training for like 20 days for the whole team, including coaches and players, and it's a great opportunity for learning and have each other in those 20 days, and also those 2 games is very important for us to learning and how to improve in next game. Thank you.
I've got a question for both coach and player. It was evident that the physicality was a main focus with the taller players. From the very start of the game, were there any adjustments to the physicality? And what would you say is a great learning opportunity from playing against a team that's you guys, Chinese Taipei, affected by being physical? Where can the team develop from here in your mind?
So 这场比赛对上澳洲，他比较高大的一些球员，然后他问的是我们要再怎么样 去调整在这场比赛，然后再该怎么样去面对到下一场比赛，因为这一场比赛是比较多身体对抗的。
小听你先，因为他两个都要问，所以你先问他。
我觉得今天这场比赛就是，澳洲队就像我刚刚讲，给我们很多身体对抗嘛。那我觉得今天在防守上还是有很多的沟通，可能没有比较清楚，所以在下一场比赛沟通可能要更多。然后进攻上我觉得空间感，然后要拉更开，然后进攻要更流畅。对，然后我觉得下一场比赛就是还是要先把防守做好，然后我们可能就是把防守做好，然后转换快攻。对。
So in this game, and it's about body contaction with the Australian team for sure. And in next game, we will focus on just like how to transfer attack from defense to attack, and we will focus on like how to the sense of feeling attack and defense, because defense is very important in this game with the Australian team.
那因为我们在这个短集训当中也是有来自不同的球队，甚至有旅外的选手。那在这短时间之内，我们其实是还在磨合期，然后怎么样透过球员的主要在自己先天的优势之下，我们其实还没有真正有好的发挥。所以我怎么样在这短时间之内，又在这么重要的比赛当中，可以让球员在球场上有好的发挥跟表现，那个是教练现在必须要做到的。那同时也希望球员可以很珍惜来到这个国际赛会上面，在每一次上场的过程当中，他可以清楚的透过对的这个比赛，能够有好的学习，然后堆叠到下一场有更好的这个运动表现。
Yep. So in this Asia Cup 2023 is very great platform for players and coaches for like improving and also for future performance. And because we're only building for like 20 days, and we still train each other and also how to building the better team for the future. And because our team is not only from one team, we're from like other team in Taiwan, and also have few players from overseas. So we still have like building each other and also check each other how to become better team. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd just like to ask the coach, how hard is it when one team has a big height advantage? How much does that mean you have to rely on outside shooting and three-point shooting?
所以就是在这一场有很多是一些比较高大的球员，然后甚至都会在那个贴紧我们做一些身体对抗，然后我们是否会特别依赖于外线投射？
一开赛其实在上半场的时候，我们有很多外线投射的机会，就是在跑位当中，其实我们是有几个针对性的跑位，所以得到的空档只是今天我们在命中率上面、成功率上面没有太理想，但是其实机会空档是出来的。所以如果我们在下一场可以再把这些好的跑位继续执行，然后我们在防守比如说细节上面，防守上就像刚刚球员讲的，如果我在防守的沟通能够到位的话，那因为当然他们已经有高度是在的，那说实在，3楼在3楼的传球，我们真的没有办法有真的有效。包括前面我们已经看了他们对战过的队伍，也做有很多的包夹，其实对我们来讲是有困难度的。那这个部分我们已经没有办法再透过比如说2个3个包夹再进去，那我们只能好比学习像日本队有更多外线的投射的机会，或者是有更多跑位当中取得这个空档。
So in this game, we are focused on like more outside shooting, like 3-point shooting, because they have got like height and also like good advantage for body contaction with us. And for our strategy, we are like pretty good flow with that, and also pretty high successful like percentage for this game. And we will focus on how to like learning with the Team Japan, because Team Japan high similar with us, and we are focused on like 3-point shooting with Japan as well.
I have one last question for the coach. You've played Japan and Australia now. How do you think that game might turn out tomorrow?
他想问你，
就是你觉得日本队跟打上日本队跟澳洲队他们的感觉怎么样？
他是不是希望我可以 对，好，我可能就是以这两队我都对战过，我在我认为啦，澳洲可能会因为日本队是可能抽掉了一半的主力，在他原本的阵容里面，所以我觉得澳洲在对抗在日本这一场球，明天这场球是很大的赢球的机会，对，但是呢，因为是在澳洲，前提是因为澳洲有非常好条件的选手。当然我们知道有 WNBA 进回来的选手，当然我也知道他们在换血，可是换上了这些替补的选手，新的选手也都能够在短时间在会场上有这么感觉上是很有经验值的球员。对，我也是很惊讶，就是澳洲在成军到主训可以有马上让这些年轻球员能够跟到这个国际赛的这个水平。
For Australian team is very surprised because Australian team they've changed some players like from other league or even WNBA because they're building the team in Australia pretty quick in short term. That's absolutely very good. And for Japan, they now let every like main player to go. So which is meant men team Japan is very young team and also very new for Team Japan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. Thank you, Hu Yun Chen and Yu Ting Lin. We'll be back with Australia soon. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the second part of the press conference. We have Team Australia coach Shannon Seebohm and player Keely Froling join us. Shannon, an opening comment for the game?
I thought it was a great contest. We knew that Chinese Taipei were going to come out very physical. They obviously, they put a lot of pressure on the ball and those types of things. I thought as the game went, we did a great job of handling that, particularly in the second half. Thought we executed really well, and another outstanding defensive performance as well.
Keely, comment?
We knew after the win last night, Chinese Taipei were going to come out really hard, and I think, our plan was to go inside tonight, and we did that really well, and we always stand by our defence. So I think it got better in the second half again, which is good, but that's what we're priding ourselves on this tournament.
Open to questions.
Shannon, obviously great to get 2 wins out of 2. The big game, I guess, was always going to be tomorrow night. What are your thoughts about Japan? How much have you actually seen them in this tournament?
Look, I've seen them a little bit. To be honest, I'm not a big believer in looking too far ahead, so I usually like to keep my mindset on the team that's next on our schedule. So that's what I've been doing. My assistants have been doing a lot of advanced scouting, though. I've obviously watched them play the first day of the tournament. Japan are a world-class team. They're quick, they move the ball well, they cut really well, they shoot really well. They get up the floor and pressure you and things. So we're going to have to be prepared for all of that. I feel really good about where our half-court defence is at the moment. And I think that's something we'll have to lean on tomorrow. Fortunately for us, we played Japan in a 3-game series in Sydney last year with a number of players from this roster that were, that are back again. So, I think we've got a good feel for what they do, but it's that old thing. We can kind of prepare as well as we want, and then we have to go out there and adjust to the pace of play and things like that they play with. So I think in some way, the first 2 games have helped us with that, particularly today. But we know we've got a tough game ahead of us. And
obviously, you've caught upon your bench quite a bit there, and they've done some great work. Obviously, like Keely and Anley off the bench brought real energy there on the boards as well, and Maddie and Shyla for the backcourt as well. How happy are you with that kind of depth that you can be able to call upon a lot of players at any time to kind of give you that extra bit of energy? Yeah,
it's fantastic. And I think I spoke about this last night, but it just shows the depth we have in Australian basketball right now with, the number of WNBA players that aren't here. To have people like Keely coming off our bench, and I think the challenging part, obviously, for myself as the coach was, we had 4 contact practices basically in the lead up to this event. So to try and then 2 practice games. So to try and I suppose analyse and assess who plays best together and what lineups we should use and who should start and all those things is quite challenging. But to the girls' credit, they've all bought into that, and every player that comes off that bench brings energy, and it's like we get better every time we make a sub. So I think that's a true strength of our team, and hopefully that continues each game and puts us in a position to be able to win this championship.
And Keely, obviously in the WNBA you'd be used to starting. What kind of difference of mentality is it when you have to come into a game off the bench?
Yeah, I don't see it really as a different mentality. I'm just itching to get out there, and then as soon as I do, just play my role and do the things that I do really well, focus on that, and then I know I'm going to play myself into the game. So, if I'm starting or coming off the bench, it doesn't bother me. I actually don't mind watching the game. You kind of get a feel for it when you're watching, seeing what the team does, what we need to do, that sort of thing. So there's definitely benefits of that. But then once I'm on the court, I'm over that white line, ready to go.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Shannon, it was clear that Chinese Taipei came out there, were ready to play physical. It looked like there was some little moments in the game that if the team didn't lift, then maybe they would just become a bit more of a challenge. Were there any adjustments you made by telling the girls a different way of thinking? What was the key comments in this game just to make sure that the pressure from Chinese Taipei, which were obviously undersized, wouldn't get to the girls' heads? What were the key things that you said just so the girls just stayed on task?
Yeah, look, we we made a couple of adjustments throughout the game. I think one of them was a defensive adjustment. We made a lineup adjustment and then a tactical adjustment in terms of how we were guarding their ball screens and some of their dribble handoff actions and flare screens. And I thought once the girls kind of adapted to that, we really tightened the screws and made it tough for them to get anything going. And then I think offensively, as Keely said, we had an inside focus. I think we did a very good job today of getting on the offensive glass, which was something we kept talking about throughout the game. And I think in the second half, we probably allowed the inside touches to come within the flow of our offense a little bit better. The first half, we probably, we saw the advantage and really laser focused on that, and it just allowed them to really crowd the paint and overhelp and things. And I think once we were able to generate it through some more pick and roll play and quick ball movement out of that, it was really hard to guard. So, I thought the girls have done a great job, and I feel really lucky to have such a smart team that I can work with.
Sure, amazing. And one last question, this is kind of directed at both of you. So in terms of the chemistry coming into this tournament, obviously when you play against your teammates as a competitor, what's it like with a team that has such limited time together, by coming together and showing that there's no sign of any lack of chemistry, any lack of cohesion as a team? What's it like coming together with someone that in the WNBL you'd be like, okay, just how do I beat this player, that player, and then coming together like you are almost best friends? It's amazing to see.
Yeah, I think it helps. A lot of us have played together before, but I think the biggest thing is our culture. And Madge and the leadership group have done a lot of really good work with that. And we've had lots of been in and out of camps and all that sort of thing, and put a lot of time and effort into that. So it helps in these situations when you're coming together in a really short amount of time. And it just speaks for, I think, the character of the group and the coaching staff, that everyone can buy in. And I think at the end of the day, we're all aiming for that gold medal, so that's our focus. It doesn't matter who's playing, who's starting, who's best friends, who's not. We have a common goal, and that's what we're all focused on.
Thank you, Team Australia. That concludes the press conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.